Hey Legionnaires, welcome back. We're here with another Rome 2 battle for you today. It's another glorious siege here as we have a Greco-Gallic siege for you today. We have Greeks and we have Gauls on both sides here. We have Pergamon defending with Boii and with Nervii, and then on the attack we have Athens and we have Bactria joined by Arverni. So yeah, both sides got Greeks, both sides got Celts or Gauls, whatever you want to call them. And yeah, I'm excited to see how this one goes down. I was sent this one in by a member of my Discord. If you want to join the Discord to send in your own Rome 2 replays, then feel free to join. The link is down below in the description. But I'm told it's a very, very close one as a nice shot comes in there. Fiery ball of justice hitting those sword followers there, and some Celtic bowmen getting some really good shots off on them. But yeah, I'm told it's a really close one, so definitely worth sticking around. Get yourself some snacks, get yourself some drinks, and prepare for some bloodshed. And as you can see, the shots just keep coming in. These artillery are just not relenting. But yes, this is, I can't remember what map this is off the top of my head actually, but it's a pretty fun one. I do quite like that it has like this little like platform up here, which you can kind of use like archers to fire down into this like little like valley or like. But yeah, it's quite cool. It's a very cool one, and it's nice to see Pergamon as well. Actually, a very underrated defensive faction. I feel like with all their javelins they have available, something like their Gemma spears and stuff, they are really, really cool and a really good, like I said, defensive faction, because you can just use all those javies, weaken an enemy unit, and then send in the spears to just mop up the rest. They do lack swords though, which is a problem. But these militia hoplites, they're just getting focused down by spiky javelins. They are getting focused down. Yeah, that's just, I don't know what the achievement was there. Maybe to soak up ammunition or what. But yeah, it seemed like a bit of a waste. Those militia hoplites could have been maybe used for something. Maybe to push forward one of these towers. Actually, yeah, like this one here. Seems really a bizarre use just to waste it for nothing. But in the first wave coming with Bactria and Hillman, some thorax swords as well. We have Celtic warriors with militia hoplites. And we have more thorax swords here from Athens. Athens as well, unusual faction to see. Again, kind of lacking like really good swords. As the Hellenic factions, they're kind of limited to thorax swords. And they've got like spears and some pikes, and that is it. But not even like incredible pikes. Athens is kind of lacking in that area as well. So it'll be interesting to see how they do. I'm certainly interested to see. I mean, the main power is going to come, I feel, from Arverni. They've got really elite swords. I mean, again with Bactria, they haven't really got like anything incredibly elite in the sword department. Thorax is their best available, I believe. And then they have like Bactria and Royal Guard, which are an elite spear unit. But spears on attack, not really what you need. So it will be an interesting one, that is for sure. Boii is a really solid faction as well with those Sworn and Sword Followers. So yeah, that'll be an interesting match up as well. And here we go. Militia hoplites have landed on the walls. They burnt this artillery piece as a sign of what is to come. They're just getting jabbed to pieces though, to be fair though. These poor dead and dying Athenians here. Did they deserve that? Probably not. Looks like they're about to get attacked here by sword followers and Celtic warriors, and they will probably get cut down here by the Gallic defenders. I can hear more landings going on as we have Bactria here. Not even slowing down, he's going straight in to these Pergamon defenders here. And the Javi's going off, not giving these again with spears, these Thoros spears a chance to get any shots off. See already, like a first wave of defenders is already broken. Bactria and Hillman and these Celtic warriors already gone. We actually have militia hoplites here as well, breaking those surprises there. This first wave just, yeah, not getting anywhere. I mean, they did take the full force of Javi shots. You've got archers firing over as well. These guys can't even see what they're aiming at, but they've been told just to shoot here. There's artillery shots coming in from the attackers. Sure, they're just trying to rip through defenses. More Bactria and Hillman already breaking. These guys just, yeah, not strong enough. Yes, if you're enjoying the Rome 2 content and would like to see some more, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment showing support. It really does help out the channel. We're working towards 8k subs, so every sub really does matter. So if you have subscribed and keep watching the videos, maybe consider subscribing. Yeah, they do look awesome, that's for sure. Let's put the foliage back on. I think I had it off for a for another scenario battle. I realized that when I was doing some DEI battles recently that I had the quality on low, because that's kind of how you get DEI battle, multiplayer DEI battles to be not laggy. So I had a surprise in my life when I came back and I was like seeing literal pixels for the replay. I had a little bit of a lag spike there. Hopefully nothing too major. But yeah, these Bactrian Hillmen here just running in and dying. These Galatian swords probably racking up kills. 140 already. 75 for these Thorough Spears. Yeah, 62. They're doing well. Sword followers here getting beaten back by... oh no, sword followers, sorry, beaten back. Celtic warriors. Celt versus Celt. But surely it won't be long. Yes, I was going to say, it won't be long until more elite stuff's being dropped, like Thorax swords here. We now have the Bactrian setting in a bit more heavy stuff. Personally, I feel like they're going to need some archers up here soon, or the attackers, just to support their assault. Archers in here would certainly help, because I mean they can just try and get angles on stuff and try and make a difference in the fight. Just try and make it easy for their own infantry. They're shooting at fierce swords, which is not a bad target, but they've got to shoot at big blobs of infantry, really. And already see that Athens is here trying to land more troops on the wall. I don't know why he's landing like so many towers on the wall. It makes it really easy for the defenders to defend this point. You're throwing up like 4 units on towers and they can contain you with what, maybe 2 or 3 of lesser infantry as well. Okay, this first wave here being defeated. See the Thorax now standing back, just letting the Javis do the talking. One more volley, boys, for Bactria. Or maybe not. There we go, more Javis going in. And we see, yeah, I mean, getting some pretty decent kills. But look at this. Like, as soon as the Thorax go in, they get descended on from multiple flanks. Like, they're getting hit by these Galatians on 2 fronts. I mean, the Thoros as well are, like, also just shooting over the tops of fights and hitting what men aren't in combat. It's pretty nasty. They've got a good defense early on. This is a pretty good spot to hold on this map. As the early points, the further back you go, it's a little bit more difficult until you get to about here, which is just a 1 choke point spot. You can see the Pergamon general is here. He's just defending that 1 choke point. So it will be interesting to see. Got lots more Thorough Spears and with lots more ammunition ready to go, though. And the infantry keeps battling over. These Thorax are winning slightly. They actually are beating Galatian swords, which is good to see. We are seeing heavy stuff come up from the Arverni as well. Seeing Chosen Swordsman move up. Got more Thorax swords coming in. This time from Athens. Celtic Warriors still dropping. I mean, these guys aren't going to make much of a dent. What have we got here? Mercenary Thracian Warriors. Okay, so Athens bringing in some shock. But yeah, Athens is just like throwing everything in. This is just chaotic, to say the least. He's just throwing everything in. Cretan archers as well. They're trying to shoot and support. Hitting levied freemen. I mean, that's not a target worth shooting at. These guys are pathetic. You can see one of these Thracians down here. He's just cutting down. Oh, no, he got cut down. I thought he was about to cut down that Celt. Nope, instead it was him getting cut down. Rip in peace to him. Seems as though that the Thorax are starting to run out of a bit of momentum. They are also taking casualties. They are making a little bit of progress, but really not a lot. They could do with maybe throwing in more infantry soon. It seems like both sides are quite happy to make it decide that where the battle's won here. Both sides are just going to looks like they'll commit most of their armies here. I mean, the attackers have no choice. The defenders have a little bit more of a choice. I mean, they've still got plenty. Novii still got plenty in reserve. Boii and Pergamon. I mean, actually, Novii and Boii seem to be committing more of their troops, but I don't know. They just seem to have brought a lot. They've just brought a lot of cheap stuff and managing to hold it in place at the moment. I mean, the attackers are attacking on such a narrow front. It's just not Not a good spot to be fighting over. At this point, you need to, like, look at yourself and think, this isn't working. We're taking too many casualties. Let's move somewhere else. Let's attack somewhere else. If we've got spare towers, you need to, like, move them up and land them somewhere else. But they've literally landed it. Look at this. Like, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 towers landed in such a tiny area. And they tried to land more. It's like another 3 or 4 that they failed to land. They were going to land them all in this one little stretch, making it so easy for the defenders. They can just throw up their troops into this small area, and then numbers don't mean anything, and really defenses start to mean a bit more. These the thorax seem like they're doing okay. Well, this one's not, but this one seems like it's doing okay, and the chosen sword's doing okay as well. And they're breaking some Nervii troops now, or starting to make them waver, which is good. I hadn't seen much, if anything, break for the defenders yet. This long line of fighting going on here. Finally breaking these levies, Freeman, which is good to see. And they have sort of broken through here. Militia hoplites and Thracians breaking through into the back line. Well, not into the back lines, but the second line of defense. I mean, I don't expect the Thracians to get much further. There are only about 30 of them. But they are starting to clean this first line of defense. Boei is sending up more troops. Got sword followers and naked warriors on their way up. But they are making progress. I mean, if they can hold them here in this line now, the defenders, archers upon this position up here can get some incredible kills. Like, there's Celtic bowmen up here, and there's also just basic archers. You can get some really nice kills very soon onto these units. What is still left outside? I mean, there's chosen spears, still plenty of thorax. Seems like Athens has committed a lot of his troops. Thor of spears gone in. There's still some Thor of spears, but yeah, he's committed a lot of his troops. All of his thorax, which is quite concerning. Obviously, they all have their generals still outside. Hippias Lancers, we've got Osworn as well. Got a noble horse they brought, which is a pretty expensive investment for our Arverni. We've got Bactrian Royal Cavalry as well. It's another general, but yeah, lots. Not a single pike unit brought actually by the attackers. I mean, I haven't seen any on the defender side either, so they might be okay. Might have avoided that trouble, but I mean, to have the pike advantage would also been impressive and nice. Seems like these thorax swords, I think they might have been attacking something else, but now they're engaging the Boei sword followers. I think the sword followers should edge this one out, being just healthier and just being generally a pretty solid unit. They can probably take on thorax swords. They both cost similar amounts. Thorax are very heavy though. Yeah, this is winning for the sword followers. So that is good. Another good thing about this defense over here is that you do have this slope, which I did mention, but it just makes another point that the defense need to take out. Otherwise, it becomes a constant problem to the slope. If you just put a couple of units up here to defend it, and then some archers, they can hold it for a little while. So it looks like Athens is doing that job now. He's sending down some thorax swords to deal with these levy freemen that have come out to challenge them. It should be easy kills here for the thorax. Levy freemen being like one of the worst spears around, one of the worst units around, let alone worst spears. Yeah, they should break pretty soon. I mean, militia hoplites here losing to Celtic warriors. Seems like they're doing okay over here, but on the on this side here, down here, against the sword followers and Celtic warriors of the Celts, not so great. Not so great. Chosen Swords are trying to break through though. It's turning into a really grindy fight over a very small area. Like the other options you have to attack are like over here, which is equally a pretty rough spot. You can land over here as well. And you can land here as well. Maybe worth assaulting on a few of the points. I don't know. I feel like they're just as big as the one small point that they did attack on here, but I mean this is the most favored spot. It just seems like they just didn't use a lot of their the areas that they could attack very effectively. I don't know. I feel like they just going in such a narrow spot has cost them a lot of troops here. Balance power is slightly in favor of the defenders, I'd say, at this point because of that bold tactic. And we have, it looks like, some Gemma Spears up here, perhaps? Yeah, Gemma Spears up here. These guys are killing the Thorax Swords. They got a good Javi volley off of them, as we saw. And as I mentioned, Javi volleys in this game, insane. And the Gemma Spears get like 4 or 5 shots. So that's 4 or 5 Javis to throw into the enemy before they fight you in combat. You can kill a lot of men in that time. I mean, you could flank around. If I was the Alvoni, I'd just flank around this unit. It still seems, even though they're in this this nasty choke point and they're having to fight for this ledge, they're still getting shot over the hill. It's like incredible accuracy by the defenders. Just managed to arc these shots blindly over a wall and kill the men down below. If they take this point though up here, the attackers, they can then set their own archers up, and then they can make this defense over here very much impossible for the defenders. Just because those defenders would get, if they were defending over here, they get shot at by archers from Athens or whoever on the attack, and they would be forced back. They'd lose a lot of men. There'd be choke points they just can't hold, and they'd be praying for the archers to run out of ammo. I'm seeing some serious blobbing here. I mean, we've got 2 Thorax Swords engaged, a little Celtic Warrior, which isn't going to make much of a difference, but over here we have Militia Hoplites, Chosen Spears, Thorax Spears, a lot of blobbing going on, which just tires out men unnecessarily if they're not engaged, and also just makes easy targets for archers. You lose a lot of men that way. I'm surprised with all the artillery that the attackers brought. They have this this giant one back here, and they brought another one as well. I'm surprised they didn't open up a breach. I feel like a breach might have been a pretty solid idea. It's just another way into the city. I'll just get cav in and other stuff. I'm surprised they didn't do it. That is the way to. Yeah, just as the way that they were going to break through. Swim with the whole tower scene. Alvoni taking on Boii, probably the 2 most used Gallic factions. Probably shortly followed by Tylus. Tylus, I think, is a really solid Gallic faction. If you can call it Gallic, they aren't really from Gaul. I mean, Boii aren't either. But they're in that sort of Celtic umbrella of factions. But yeah, Tylus is solid. I think so's Boii. I think they all are really good. Alvoni obviously kind of the best. It seems like Boii's, I was going to say, is holding his ground, but he's now actually just retreated. I think they're going to try and box in the Alvoni. As they come in, they'll get attacked on 2 fronts. And that certainly would be a good little tactic. Something that you always want to try and do when you're a defender is just attack on multiple fronts with like on the same unit. So like your units try and take out one, which sounds impractical as a defender, but it can work. And it's not always just one unit you're fighting. Sometimes they pour in a whole bunch. But you imagine the Thorax will break through here eventually. They are the better unit. I'm surprised that the defenders haven't given any archer support because they've got some health thorax they're just throwing into the choke point here. They have actually failed to take the top of the... I don't know if they've got a unit up here, but it's going to get shot to pieces by the archer tower. But I guess they failed to actually take the top of this slope, though we are about to see Bactrius setting up some Thoros spears, so that might change pretty shortly. Once they do that, they can then just like mount up. They could use the Javis. They'll be nasty. Yeah, the V for victory is here. It's kind of hard to see, but it's like where these two Boei units are. It's kind of V'ing off, just to try and make sure that A, the defenders win, but also B, make sure those units are attacked on multiple sides, especially since we're coming to the more elite stuff now. I say more elite, it's really not that more elite. Must have been confusing if you were Arverni and Boei fighting each other, because all your men are all Gallic looking, and then they're all in green. I mean, Boei is a slightly lighter type of green, but I don't think you'd be checking shades of colour when you were fighting each other. You're just like, I think he's my man. Seems like Nervii and Pergamon as well, they're doing just fine at the moment. They're just supporting where it's needed. Seems like, yeah, Chosen Spears just aren't going to break through. I mean, what we've got over here, we've got Thoros Spears. If they had a tower and could just land it over here, they could open up another front. It would be really handy. Thoros Spears over here, just getting Javi or shot to pieces by archer towers. They could do with retaking this Agema, taking out this Agema Spear and just capping the point. Would really be handy, to be honest. Then you could just use the area for yourselves. Here we go. So it seems as though all that thorax did eventually break through. We have Thoros Spears here. Going against the... I think these are Fierce Blades, aren't they? Fierce Swords. Never really use them, but they seem like they're pretty solid. But they are half naked. Try not to get aroused, people, by those rippling muscles as they cut through steel and bone. Yeah, how are they doing? They're losing. I mean, no surprises. Thorax are heavier than them. Boei here is actually taking the offensive. He's going to go in with his sword followers here, and he's going to try and take out these Thoros. Not a bad idea. If you can get a good charge off, then you can do quite well with the sword followers against Thoros Spears. Swords versus spears. Spears will lose 9 times out of 10. Even more getting thrown. This is the problem for the attacks, though. It's been all day. The serious blobbing up they're doing. That was a bold move by Boei just to retreat both units. Because I was going to say, Bactrius should just chase after him, and they'll cut down a bunch of troops here. This could be costly by Boei. Yeah, bounce power is still looking pretty good for the defenders, though it's not out of the realms of possibility that the attackers can turn this one around. They just need to use their archers very, very well. Again, we're seeing Boei retreat, sending back his Oathsworn, which actually reminds me, yeah, I've only did bring a single Oathsworn unit, and he had more money. So Boei is kind of done better in this. I don't know what the money was, but it makes it seem like Boei has more money. I think his sword followers are cheaper and stuff like that. We are seeing Cav. Oh, we've got Nervii's general here rushing around. You can see the noble horse here, more than happy to try and take them on. They're getting shot from the flanks. And that is, I believe, Gallic Hunters. And we also throw spears with the Javies. You can throw incredible ranges can those throw spears. Yeah, they are pretty beaten up now. And now this noble horse here, this general can start thinking about flanking around. Maybe threatening some of the other generals. It turns into just a bit of a grind fest right now. So I hope you guys are doing well. I am certainly doing quite well, though I am slowly boiling alive as the UK is at like 40 degrees Celsius. So right now it's like survival of the fittest and trying to stay in shade or indoors. Talking about survival of the fittest, we might be able to see Bactria go up here and set up archers along here, and then it would certainly be a survival of the fittest between the archers of Bactria and Pergamon. Pergamon probably would be losing out on that one. Like I said, they really need to use that platform to try and turn their fortunes around in this fight. I mean, they could support multiple fights. They could support this fight here. They could support the fight against the hoplites because you could just shoot over the wall and shoot into the side of the hoplites. They could support against, well, a whole bunch of fights. Any fights that were in this choke point here. But it looks like the defenders are in fact retreating. They don't want to carry on the fight. And we're actually seeing the Ostward general here try and help chase down. Well, actually, these are all allied troops, so they've just broken through here. I think the next assault is on the Thoros spears here. If they can hit these guys and break them quickly, this would help massively. But yeah, I don't know how well the attackers use their ammunition. I don't even know if they have ammunition left. The Syrians certainly do, which is good. Yeah, it certainly seems like the Syrians have ammunition left. Yeah, these archers over here, well, oh, no, they're down here now, aren't they? We just looked at them. These archers need to get back up here. Or at least two of them, and start shooting down there, and then have the other ones start shooting these basic archers. They're easy enough to take out. They're only archers. They're pretty poor morale and armor, so they should be easy to deal with. And that could be a massive win. Killing archers off is really, really helpful, and having archers in a siege is obviously, of course, helpful. Their looping shots can really change the outcome of a battle. Thorax here, just charging away into the hoplite line. The hoplites are in hoplite walls, so it's going to take them a minute to break through, if they even do that. Best way to break a hoplite wall, and I don't think they're going to do it in this one, is to surround the hoplites. I mean, you can also shoot them in the flank. That's equally pretty effective. This is probably doing some damage now. Yeah, 97. Winning decisively. Yeah, they might actually kill them that way. We have Bowie Eye's general here. He's actually engaging the Thorax swords. So if they kill Bowie Eye's general, there'll be a bit of a morale debuff for whatever is left for Bowie Eye. Look at that. The attackers retreat in the face of Bowie Eye's general. Over on this side, we have the Oathsworn of Arverni fighting, but we do have Thoros spears just jabbing casually into the side of the Arverni general. They're like, don't mind us. We're just going to jab your face off, kill as many of your men as possible. If you have enough money in this giving, the funds that you said are like 20k, I believe you can bring triple gold chevron, again with spears, bull stack. I'm pretty sure I've witnessed someone do it as well. But there you go. I think this is going to be curtains here for Arverni's general. His Oathsworn is just completely pinned in. It's getting shot at. It's getting just fought on multiple flanks here. There's not much you can do. I don't think Arverni's got too much left, so it's not the end of the world. But still, they're down an attacker then. Look at that, it's already waving. Yeah, already it's going to be down to the two Greco factions, two Greek factions. There you go, I think that is the general dead. He's retreating. Thorax swords on this side here just don't have the men or the oomph to fight on. And they are gone, fierce swords breaking them. And this flanking position over here, all like, just like that, gone. Again, I don't know why the factions haven't just got these troops out of here. Get those archers, just like, get rid of them. There's not much left though, as you can see here. There's really not. It's a very weird thing that they brought these very heavy melee cav. I just don't agree with it. But here we go. It seems like we're going to see a big pile up here by Pergamon. They should not be throwing in this many troops, so this is a bad idea. It doesn't seem like Pergamon cares. He's like, you know what? I don't fear archers. Or maybe it's a misclick, I don't know, because it looks like there's a lot of troops now retreating, so yeah, I think it's a misclick if anything. You can see there are more Athenian and Bactrian troops going, actually all Bactrian here. Bactrian's just going to hold back much more elite troops here with Thoros spears, which just aren't doing enough. These Oathsworn here, clearing them up. I wonder how many kills this Oathsworn general's actually on. Let's have a look. 100 kills dead. Actually less than I thought. Quite a lot less than I thought. And now that the Thoros spears are down to combat even with that removal of the general, they're actually winning on this flank here against fierce swords, which is good to see. Oh, but now they're getting shot by Gallic hunters. That might change the outcome of this fight here. The flanking help that they need, the defenders, is coming. They're just going to be able to shoot down the line, shoot into the exposed flanks of infantry, and they should be able to turn this fight around, which is what I'm saying Bactria or Athens or both need to do. Just shoot down these archers, and then shoot into the exposed flank of these Thoros spears here. These guys aren't great, but they're an annoyance. Athens and Pergamon duke it out. Yeah, these are all Thoros spears. We've not even seen really that many, if any, Agamemnon spears. Oh, they're the next line of defense for Pergamon. I was about to call them like Bianthia instead for some bizarre reason. Not even near the same part of the world. Well, I guess they are, sort of. They have got the Bactrian Royal Guard in here, though. I think they have at least. This is not Thoros spear. It just looked like some of them had like Royal Guard sort of shields on them. Maybe it's the officer. The Celts, though, just not letting up. You can see here Oathsworn, fierce swords are all going in. They are about to break this spear here, and once they do that, this is a big, big problem because they can then just flank around. You can then hit all these Italians in the back, and that is going to be catastrophic for the defenders. And the attackers, oh sorry, horrendous for the attackers. The defenders really turning the screw on this fight. Like, the balance of power is way in favor of them. If the attackers turn it around, it will be nothing shy of a miracle. More troops breaking there. That's not a good sign. And we actually have a push now by the Oathsworn. The Oathsworn down to 20 more men. They killed over 130 men, but yeah, they don't give a damn. They'll carry on fighting. And look at this, the rear charge of the fierce swords helping to break all of these thorax here. That is huge. And now it's onto archers, and there's not really much left other than archers and some Thoros spears here. But yeah, major mistake by the attackers was attacking on one choke point. Honestly, it's not the best idea. You want to attack on multiple sides. This map is quite tough for that, but you really want to attack along this long wall as much as possible, and you also want to maybe attack on one of these other choke points as well, or attack on both, all three. Sorry, attacking just like with the third arm, you could attack like here, and just try to make it as awkward as possible for the defenders, so they don't have to defend one small narrow area, which has worked in their favor. Like, I mean, Pontus and Novi are both coming out with healthy armies. And yeah, here you go. You can see the mass break starts to take place. Cretan archers are running. And I've got Thoros and loads of other archers here about to go. Look at this. Yeah, everything inside the walls is breaking. And then it's just the Royal Cavalry. You've got a Thorax sword outside the walls as well. I don't know where the rest of the unit is. It's all just scattered. What a weird formation. We've got the Noble Horse here. They're starting to waver. But yeah, that is not good. This is just... Yeah, that's their major mistake. I think also their archers. I think if they got their archers up on this wall over here and used them to shoot into other choke points, massively could have helped. They lost a lot here in this one choke point. And that's really just the fault of their own for just not spreading out enough, I feel. Made that easy enough for the defenders. I mean, it's still the defenders could have messed it up. But, yeah, it was going to be very difficult for them to do so when you're just defending one little choke point. Costly victory there for Pergamon, so we'll quickly have a look at the end results. This one was sent in by everyone here who was playing as Pergamon. I mean, he did a very good job. He kept some very healthy units at the end. 195 kills with archers, 175 with his Agema spears here. 234 with the Galatian swords, 206 with another. His Thoros spears, 125, is the best between two different units. Then we have Swifty here, who's playing as Nervii, 270 kills with his Noble Horse General, 240 kills with the Fierce Swords. And then he's got lots more Fierce Swords. Celtic Warriors, 152 kills, 170 kills. And then his Archers getting 156 kills, the best of those. And then we have Alfie Hart playing as Boei, 173 kills with his Oathsworn, 131 with the Celtic Bowman. His Oathsworn 157, 214 with the Sword Followers, 226, 308 kills with the Sword Followers. And then, yeah, just a lot of really good kills with the Sword Followers. Ready to Die playing as Arverni, 147 as the with the Celtic Giant Blister. I mean, his name shows like what he expected to happen. 174 kills with the Gallic Hunters here. His Celtic Swords, I don't know why he brought so many. I don't know what the funds were, but yeah, did not need to bring so many. Chosen Spears, should have brought Chosen Swords instead. They're much better. 127 with the Swords unit, 122 with the Spears. So yeah, just not great kills there for Arverni. I mean, there aren't many great kills here for any of the attackers. We now got Athens, played by Crazy Maniac. 118 kills with his Cretan archers. His slingers, though, 201 kills is very good. Thorax swords getting 204. But yeah, his Thoros spears, not much. Mercenary Thracians getting 99 kills. These guys are very much like a glass cannon. You can either do really well, or they'll just get vaporized by archers. Then we have Aztec playing as Bactria. 156 kills with the Syrian archers here. Then he's got his like Bactrian Hillman dying instantly. Thorax swords getting 233, 217. And then he's got his Thoros spears down here getting 108 kills. He actually got the most kills for his team. It's still 17, nearly 1800. Still quite low in a Rome 2 siege. But there you go, guys. That is today's battle. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment show your support. Feel free to go and join the Discord and to hit that notification bell so you know when the next video or stream is out. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.